Hello, fellow detectorists. Yes, finally I'm back out again. What a time I've had. Well, anyway, it's the usual info first. It's Saturday, my usual Saturday. I'm here all day. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. Had to take a bit of a detour to get here, but I thought I was going to be here earlier than that. Anyway, we're here now. It's Saturday. I'm here all day. It's the 10th of October. It's been about 4 or 5, 3 or 4, 4 or 5, I'm not sure, weeks since I've been here, since the last time I was here. And that's been for various technical reasons. I won't bore you with the details, too many of the details anyway, but the first weekend my daughter was dragged out of school on a coronavirus scare, which made us all go into lockdown for a week. We got over that. Then the second week I was ill because half her class came down with a cold, which is what it was, and that went through my immediate family. Then I think it was the third weekend I was rained off. I think it rained all weekend, and possibly the same with the fourth weekend. I'm not sure how long it's been. And just recently, Thursday, a couple of days ago, my car was written off when I was on my way to work. Or I think it's written off anyway, so I'm now in a courtesy car, so I didn't think I was going to make it this weekend, but I've managed to get here. I know some of you out there will be wondering where I've probably got to, and that's it, but at least everybody is okay, and that's the main thing. But we're here now. What's changed? Not much, to be honest. It looks like, if you remember, the last time I was here I was surprised, because this is the bean field here in front of us, or what I call the bean field from now on probably. It had been rolled and it was quite smooth, if you remember. Well, it now looks like it's been seeded. All the fields here actually now look like they've been seeded, and there's something actually growing up in here. I'm not sure what it is. It's definitely not, well, I say definitely not, it doesn't look like oilseed rape to me. It looks more like, can't think of the name of it now, that'll come to me. Anyway, yes, so, and obviously the ground is a lot wetter. We've had rain and rain and rain. Every time I've wanted to come out the last couple of weeks, it's rained. Rain is even forecast for this afternoon, believe it or not. It looks nice at the moment. But we'll see how we get on. It should improve things no end over this ground now, because last time it was bone dry when I was here. Anyway, I'll shut up. We'll get on with it. And as usual, you will see me at my first find. Bye for now. Hello folks, just had my first find, and it is an interesting one. It's lead. Look at that. It looks like a woman's head. So this must have been a little lead statue. I mean, the head is quite big in my fingers, so the rest of it would have been a decent size. I'm just going to give this a clean up and I'll come back to you in a moment. But that's interesting. That's my first find number 1. Anyway, bye for now. Yes, here we go folks. I'm just giving it a bit of a clean up, not much, just quickly. And that's it, look. It's got something going through the hair as though like a big hairpin or something, done up in like some kind of a bun. I mean, that may not be that old, or that could be Roman. Who knows? Does anybody out there recognise that face or recognise that style? But that's interesting. I'll have a scan around here, see if I can't find any more. Otherwise I will continue. Anyway, bye for now. What a lovely first find. Here we go, folks. Our next find is a buckle fragment, but I wanted to show this one because this looks quite old to me, and it looks like it might have been once upon a time silvered. I'm right in exactly the same area where I had that really nice Saxon strap end. Well, I don't think it's Saxon, but I'm guessing that's a buckle fragment. But it's uneven, it's irregular, as though it's been handmade. Anyway, we'll carry on. We'll see what the next one is. I am getting the rain showers now, so I've put on my custom cover on the control panel on my aux. I mean, the rain stopped now, but it had a little shower a little while ago. There was a couple of other things I wanted to mention. I always get asked, oh, aren't those fields seeded by now? Are you allowed on there, kind of thing? And I am allowed on here. The farmer has given me permission. It's the same farmer that owns all three of the permissions that I've got, 1, 2 and 3, this being number 3. And he's quite keen on letting me detect on them once they've been seeded, right up until I can't physically swing the detector anymore once it's, you know, it starts to grow up. So he doesn't mind me being on here. I mean, at one time I used to stay off the fields once they've been seeded, but he lets me come on, so I should be able to detect all through the winter until springtime anyway. And the other thing was, I did get asked by someone, I think it was Brian, what kind of camera I use and setup. I'll show you a picture of that now. Which is just basically my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus phone. I do all my filming through my phone. I put it onto a tripod, where you would have seen by the picture. I put it on a tripod, and I've got the mic which plugs into the earphones microphone socket on the phone, and when you plug it in there, it cuts out the external mic for the phone, if you know what I mean, so you don't get the wind noise. And as you would have seen by the picture, I've got a big fluffy sock, or what they call a dead cat, on the mic as well. That all came with it. And it wasn't an expensive mic, it's one of the cheaper ones off of eBay, and it does the job quite well. So, and that's what I use, have been using it for quite some time now. Anyway, I'll get on with it. We'll see what the next find is. Here we go, folks. As you can see, the rain is probably coming down now. I was thinking about walking back over towards where I started, but I've just had a nice find down here. It was quite deep, actually, judging, you can see by the hole there, and it is a Roman coin. I'll give this, but it's got quite nice detail on it. I think it's very similar to one I had before. Yes, it's got the fort, or some kind of battlement, not really a castle like I thought on the first one. It's more of a fort, I think. Anyway, I'll just give this a gentle spray and I'll come straight back to you. That's brilliant, excellent. Yes, here we go, folks. I've just given it a very gentle spray with the old water, and there we are. Look, lovely. It's in quite good condition actually, this one. See some of the writing around the side of that. Brilliant, lovely. Let's carry on. That's great. See what the next one is. Here we go, folks. We had another nice little find here. It's come from just down there. I was turning the little clods over and I suddenly saw that. You're going to focus. There we go, look. Lovely. It's a hammered coin. That's brilliant. I'm right up in the corner of the field, at the top of what I would call the hill. It's not much of a hill, and I'm not far from the road, so I'm pleased to find that up here. Let's get it out. It looks like it's in one piece, whatever it is. It's got the usual shield on the back, but it looks like it might be slightly misstruck to me. That's interesting. I thought there was a shield on the back, but maybe it isn't. I don't know though, it does look like a shield actually. Anyway, I'll just give this a quick spray and we'll try and see who it is. I should imagine that's either a Charles or a Lizzie. Lovely, brilliant. Right, yes, here we go. I think it's a Charles, actually. I think I can see RO on the end there. There's two dots, look, you can see just two dots there in the 3 o'clock position on the edge of the blank circle in the middle. So I think I can just vaguely see a bust, and I think that's a Charles. Lovely, brilliant. But it has definitely been misstruck on the back. That's great. Let's carry on. Lovely. Bye for now. Here we go, folks, we've got our next find, and it is another coin. But I'm not sure what this one is. I think I think that might be Queen Victoria on there, but I'm not sure. It's not clean enough. It's a very thin one. It's probably only a halfpenny. I can't even make out what's on the back. But I'll give this a proper clean up when I'm at home, and we'll take a closer look. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go, folks, another nice little find. Getting all the coins now. I've got another little hammered, but this is a tiny little one. It is just a tiny little farthing, I think. How about that? There we go, look. I just give this a quick spray as usual. I only do just a spray, that's all. And we'll see if we can't see any details a bit better. Yes, there we go, look. I'm guessing that that's probably a little Edward farthing. Lovely. Orcs did well to find that. That's probably only, obviously, I was about to say, the size, roughly the size of a quarter, which it would be, a farthing. Of course it would. So it's done well to find that. Anyway, let's carry on. That's brilliant. 2 hammereds and a Roman coin so far, and that lovely little statue figurehead. That's definitely lead, that figurehead. I had another look at it a little while ago. Let's carry on. Right then, folks, I've got a good signal here. It's about 85. It'll probably be a bit of tin can or lead or something like that, but I thought I'd try live dig and we'll see how we go, and we'll see what it is. So it's giving me about 84, 85. Probably be one of those lead weights again, I expect. No. Looks like it's a coin. So George II. So that's good, that's nice. Yes, there we go, look. And just see the two ones in about the 1 o'clock stroke 2 o'clock position. It should be Britannia on the back. Lovely, George II, halfpenny. It's in quite good condition actually. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Here we go folks, I've had an interesting find here. You can see where it's just come from, just down there. And it is that, look, in the clod. Now it's a very strange shape. It looks like it might have been silvered at one point, if not a silver coin, and it is a very strange shape. But let's get this out. That's interesting. Is that a Roman coin? Let me just give this a little spray and I'll come back to you. I think this might be another Roman coin, if not a silver one. How about that? I'm not 100% sure, but I'll just give it a gentle little spray and we'll see. Bit of a weird shape though, it's sort of egg shaped. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. Yes folks, I'm really pleased with this. It looks like I got my first, albeit possibly silver plated, but that looks to me like that might be a silver Roman coin. How about that? On the back is that. That's brilliant. How about that? I can't believe that. Now, I think I've heard that Roman silver plated coins, probably forgeries or whatever, but I'm really not clued up on that kind of thing on this, but I'm pretty sure there's probably somebody out there that will tell me. That's lovely, brilliant. It's a decent size as well. That's great. Let's carry on. What a day I'm having today. I'm glad I've put up with the rain. That's brilliant. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Another nice little find. Not doing too bad today. It's come from just here. I'm sort of dodging the rain showers at the moment. I am heading back to my car. But look at that. That, if I'm not mistaken, is the remains of a fibula. That's brilliant. Give my hands a bit of a wipe. But how about that? Obviously most of the bow part of it here is gone, but that, I believe, is the top part of a fibula. That's brilliant. Lovely. What a day. Anyway, I'll give this a bit of a spray. If I can see any detail, I'll come back. Bye for now. Yes, there we go, look. I've given it a bit of a spray. I suppose you can see where the spring used to be on the back here. And like I say, most of the bow part of it is gone. There's a little bit of detail on there. That's lovely. Let's carry on. Brilliant. Hello folks, yes, just had another little find. Actually when it was raining, so I didn't film it, but I thought I'd show it now. You might be able to hear the thunder in the background. I need to make a hasty retreat back to the car, I think. But that is a Gullielmus. A Gullielmus halfpenny, which is a William, I believe, so that's nice. Pleased I've got that as well. Should be Britannia on the back. Anyway, like I say, if I find anything else or if this rain stops, I'll carry on, but at the moment I'm heading back to my car. Bye for now. Here we go folks, got another little find here. That thunderstorm that was chasing me across the field, that has passed by. And the sun has come out now, as you can see. I've taken the cover off my aux controller and it's quite nice now. It's the best it's been all day. But anyway, I've just had a little find here. And it's another one of these things. Of course, I'm not surprised because I'm in the spot where I found these before. Had, was it 2 or 3 of these before? This must be the 3rd or the 4th one. And they're little, I think they're little harness decorations. Anyway, let's carry on. So much better now that rain stopped. It just seems to have passed by. Anyway, we'll see what the next one is. Now then folks, I just had a find down here. Can you see it? I've literally just turned the dirt out from here. You can't see the hole. It's just out of shot. But just here, look. It looks like another hammered coin to me. I haven't touched it yet. I've literally just done one scoop out and there it is. Oh yes, look at that. That's a voided short cross, so I would guess that's a Henry II. That's perfect. Yeah, I can see it says Henricus. This is in perfect condition. Perfect. There we go, look, how about that? You can see, just get my stick. Now you can see just here is his hand, and he's holding a scepter with a cross on the top. You can see his face here, and the hair either side, and the crown at the top. Now I see that would be the U, which looks like a V, and then S, which would be Ricus. So I should imagine that this is a Henry, more than likely a Henry II, because of the voided short cross. But how about that? That's lovely. It's in brilliant condition. But how about that? That's brilliant. Oh, what a day I'm having today. Anyway, let's carry on. Still got a bit longer to go yet. I am heading in the direction of my car, but we'll see what else we find. Bye for now. What I thought I would do is show you my two programs, what I use. They're quite simple. I normally put the details up at the beginning of the video, just to show you what settings I use and all that sort of thing, but I'll just go through it now just to show you again. This of course is coin fast. I usually have it on 26.6. Now when you go through the frequency range, first of all it comes up at 31 point something, I think 31.1, 31.3, something like that, and I just knock it down to 26.6. I find that's good for me. I got used to that. Next, iron volume is on. I always like to listen out for the iron. Reactivity 3, that's a standard factory default setting for coin fast, I believe. Discrimination, I normally have mine at 5.5. I could go lower. I know people that do, but I'm quite happy with 5.5. So that's what I normally set the discrimination to. Sensitivity, I usually have it on 92, but today I've gone up to 93. And the coin fast on these settings is what I've found everything today. I haven't even touched coin deep today, haven't found anything on coin deep. Everything has been on coin fast. The field is so damp, it's not waterlogged, but it is, you know, it's damp. We had these thunderstorms today, had the rain showers today. You've seen it in the video, I should imagine. And the ground is nicely wet, so it's not difficult to find stuff. So I kept the sensitivity on 93, and then we're back round to the frequency again, 26.6. Now coin deep, like I say, I haven't used coin deep today, but I'll just show you the settings that I choose. Frequency is the same, 26.6. Iron volume is on. I've turned the reactivity up. I think it's the factory default on coin deep, I think it's 2, but I've turned it up to 3 just to stop the sort of jittery noises. I find that helps if I use coin deep, so I normally turn it up to 3. Discrimination again, 5.5. Sensitivity, I've left it on 92. Coin fast I put up to 93, but 92 I think is enough in these conditions for coin deep. Like, again, I know some people go a bit more extreme than that. Well, not extreme, but you know what I mean. They fine tune their detectors even more, but I find that works okay for me. And back to frequency. There we are, coin fast, and that's what I normally have my settings on. So I just thought I'd show you that. Anybody that's wondering, who may read the description at the beginning of each video, I've just shown you exactly what I normally do as well. Anyway, we'll carry on. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Got another find. My old friend's popped up again. Yes, you've guessed it, another net weight. God dear, every time. Still quite a nice historical sort of find. I'm getting a collection of these now. Anyway, we'll carry on. I'm about to go into the bean field. Because that's right near where I park my car, so I'm going to give it my last hour or so in there. See what I find in there before I'm on my way home. Anyway,